al-Kareem. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We heard the recitation of Surah Al-Mu'minun today, which is a Makki surah, and it is where the 14th juz starts. It's a fascinating surah. I'm going to share just a few minutes of the first few important ayat of this surah. One of the i'jaz of the Quran is that the awa'il and the khawatim, the beginnings and the endings of the surah, have extra majesty. The whole surah has a majesty. One of my teachers said that the example of the ayat are individual pearls, which are all stitched together in a necklace. And a surah is a complete necklace of every single ayah as a pearl. The beginning and the ending are extra majestic. Notice when the Surah Baqarah starts, Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. Emphatic statement. Emphatic statement. No argumentation. It ends, Surah Baqarah ends with one of the greatest du'as that the Prophet ﷺ said is directly from under the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Notice Surah Al Imran begins, Alif Lam Mim, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. Majestic statement. It ends with another fascinating statement. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu isbiru wa sabiru wa rabitu. So beginnings and end. Surah Al-Mu'minun starts with an emphatic statement. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. The mu'minun have indeed succeeded. And it's a beautiful word. This term, falah, is a fascinating terminology of the Quran, just like taqwa, just like birr. And it's often translated as have succeeded. Falah yaflahu means to cleave something. The Arabs say, إِنَّ الْحَدِيدَ بِالْحَدِيدِ يُفْلَحُ. Iron cuts iron. Iron breaks iron open. So it's open. A falah is a farmer. He breaks open, cleaves the earth to put the seed in so that the plants grow out. What's the relevance of this statement to the believers? Because each one of us is composed of two parts. The real self, which is the inner self, which is the ruh, which comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is celestial. And the physical body, which is terrestrial, which comes from the earth, goes back to the earth. And the ruh goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When they asked about the ruh, قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. So that's the ruh. Now the demands and needs and desires of this body overcome that of the ruh. And so it gets pressed down and covered with layers and layers of physical dross. So قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Cleave it. Open this external layer. Let your soul come out. So one of the translations is the true mu'minun are the ones who cleave their outer selves. And they develop and nourish their soul, their ruh. That's what. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then counts 6 indications for the believers. For these people, the mu'minun. 6 characteristics in the first few ayat. 6. The first one is الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Those who have khushu', those who have humility and humbleness. Khashya is a term which is fear, and khushu' is the outward manifestation of that internal fear. We don't go into salah like we're going into gladiator fight. Limbs are down, head is down, bowed down with humility, right? وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ. They distance themselves from anything which is wasteful time, wasteful speech. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. It's interesting, this is a Makki surah. Zakah was not even obligatory. What zakah is this talking about? The zakah of yourself. The purification, the tazkiyah of your soul. That's what he's talking about. And the last ayah of this 6 comprehensive definition is وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. It's fascinating. It starts with salah and it ends with salah. The characteristics of the believers is their life revolves around the salah. Right? And notice that the last words of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, can you imagine every word that came out of his blessed mouth was light and wisdom forever. But can you imagine what would he say if he knew those were his last words? He knew the ummah would hold on to them more than anything else. As-salah, as-salah, wan-nisa, wa ma malakat aymanukum, aw kama qala sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Twice he said, prayer, and women. Be careful about women and the ones who are under your authority. Those are some of his last words. Salah. Our life revolves around the salah. And the Quran says after these few indications, أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْوَارِثُونَ. They are the inheritors. Inheritors of what? You inherit something which comes from your father. Right? Our father is Sayyidina Adam. He came from paradise. We inherit paradise through him. Our inheritance is paradise. People are worried about this inheritance. That's the inheritance. And Quran says, أُولَٰئِكَ. Those are the ones who are the truthful ones. Hum khalidun, they will enter into fear. Allahumma ya hayyu ya qayyum waj'alna jami'ana minhum ya rabbal alameen. Allahumma ja'alna minhum ya rabbal alameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bi ayatihi wa dhikril hakim. I hope I have made up for the last time I took extra time.